All right, episode number 4 is about believe it's possible. Okay, so the number one problem that keeps people from winning in the United States today is a lack of belief in themselves. And so this comes from Napoleon Hill in the book Think and Grow Rich. Whatever the man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So it's the idea of visualization. I know a lot of people, you've heard about this. Top athletes, top performers use this before they go out onto stage. They think about the crowd and how excited they are. They think about their performance and what they're doing. If they're a bobsled team, they think about the movements that they're going to have at the different turns. If they're visualizing them running, they actually visualize themselves winning but in front of everybody else. So that's the idea, the power of visualization. Deepak Chopra says, you must find a place in yourself where nothing is impossible. A lot of times we have these limiting beliefs that are created by how we've engaged with other people, what people have told us, and it has no value. Principle number 5 is to believe in yourself. I'll just read this cool quote. You weren't an accident. You weren't mass produced. You aren't an assembly line product. You were deliberately planned, specifically gifted, and lovingly positioned on the earth by the master craftsman. And so whether you're religious or not, I don't think that's important. If each person is completely uniquely made, like the likelihood that the elements combine to create your life is amazing. Okay? Now, it might not have been over the best of circumstances, and that might have been the most beautiful settings that you came to be. Don't try to live a uniquely designed life by conforming with others. And I'm not saying that you need to go out and do your own thing. Like from a career perspective, I need to be an entrepreneur now because Sherman told me to. No, you need to identify that you are unique and what you've been through and what you're going through and what you want to do. And now go all in on that. That's powerful for you. Henry Ford said, I am looking for a lot of men who have an infinite capacity to not know what can't be done. And he was known for pushing the elements. I mean, think about it. People wanted the horse and buggy. That was the going thing of the day. There weren't roads, there weren't gas stations. There was a million reasons why the automobile will never take off. But guess what? He created it. And all of a sudden, the world, the infrastructure in which the United States is built around is because of that. And all the other men and women that did that. And here's another one. It's never too late. Never too late to start over. Never too late to be happy. That's Jane Fonda. And so he goes through a list of people that started life later. Julia Child became a famous chef who didn't start cooking until she was 40 years old. Susan Boyle, who a lot of people, you've seen her, was on Britain's Got Talent at 48, started singing, and in 2009 just amassed an amazing amount of wealth through her albums, just a beautiful voice. Ray Kroc was 52 when he helped franchise out the McDonald's. Let's see. Doris Haddock was 89 when she began to walk 3,200 miles from LA to DC to raise awareness for an issue of a campaign, finance reform. So there's a multitude. Helen Keller is 55 when her husband Norm came to her and asked her to train with him for a 10-mile run. Helen Klein, not Helen Keller. She had been smoking for 25 years and never run in her entire life. But she agreed, and however, after panting and feeling exhausted after running 2 laps on the track, she decided to continue to keep running. And lo and behold, at the age of 55, so 11 years later, she's run 5 100-mile mountain trail events within 16 weeks. In 1991, she ran across the entire state of Colorado in 5 days and in 10 hours, setting a world record for the 500K. She also holds a world age group record in the 100-mile run. In 1995, at 72, Helen ran 145 miles across the Sahara and also completed the 370-mile Eco Challenge, in which she rode 36 miles on horseback, hiked 90 miles through broiling desert heat, negotiated 18 miles through freezing water-filled canyons, mountain biked 30 miles, rappelled down 440-foot cliff, climbed 1,200 feet straight up, paddled 90 miles on a river raft, hiked another 20, and finally canoed 50 miles to the finish line. She also holds the world marathon record for the 80 to 85-year-old class, competing the 26.2-mile run in 4 hours and 31 minutes. And she didn't start running until the age of 55 years old and was a smoker. So you're never too late to start. And he did say, don't assume. I think a lot of people assume that you need certain things in order to get there. Get that out of your mind. Next principle is the use of the law of attraction. This one's powerful. It's a little bit kind of out there. It's the philosophy is that everything is energy, that we all give out our kind of a radio wave. We all give out kind of an attraction. And so just like magnets, it attracts things. And so the question is what are we putting out there to the world, to people when we talk to them? Are we attracting the right individuals? So let me just give you an example to not get too overly hokey. We've all been to high school or secondary education. Have you ever noticed that those that enjoy playing football hang together? Those that really enjoy Star Trek or Star Wars hang together. Those that really enjoy the arts hang together. And it's by design because they enjoy that themselves and they put themselves in those positions. So when you leave high school, because it doesn't exist like that, there's no longer a lunchroom, so to speak. What are you putting out there to the world? What are you saying to your children when you come home? What are you saying to your spouse when you come home? What is your attitude and your energy to others when you engage with them? Are you a victor or are you a victim? And are you putting out there what you want? Are you deliberate in what you want to accomplish? So step one is to ask for what you want, not what you don't want. So I want to lose 50 pounds. No, not about 50 pounds. I want to get to 190 pounds. I want a six-pack. Step two is believe that you'll have it, what you want, and then take action. So it's not just the hokiness of writing it down, although that's powerful. Write it down, visualize yourself being that individual, and then do something about it. The quote from Deepak Chopra, our intentions attract the elements and forces, the events, the situation, the circumstances, and the relationships necessary to fulfill the intended outcome. We don't need to become involved in the details. In fact, trying too hard may backfire. Let the non-local intelligence synchronize the actions of the universe to fulfill the intentions with you. So for example, if you're like, I want to get to 190 pounds, which for you is losing 50, start with, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. Instead of having 5 beers, I'm going to have 1. I'm going to get rid of soda. I'm going to, go for a 1-mile run, and allow just the idea of good nutrition and high activity or activity period, allow that to start moving you and directing you where you want to go. This example of Helen from before, you don't need to go run marathons. A lot of people are like, I don't want to go to the gym. Then don't go to the gym. Go play tennis, go play golf. Activity is better than sitting. Step 3, hold on, I'm about to say it. Excuse me. All right, we'll keep that in there just because that way you'd see it's real. No editing. Step 3 is receive what you want by becoming vibrational match for it. Again, make sure that you're putting out that's what you want. Don't allow the thoughts that you can't achieve those things. Don't allow the limiting beliefs to stop you from achieving what you want. And unleash the power of goal setting. Write things down, what you want to accomplish. At the same time, there's a great book out there called Chop Wood, Carry Water. I love that one, where it focuses on some of the things that you can be doing to get there. So one of the examples, and it gets into here later in the book, because I've read through it, a good chunk of it already. Like I've read almost half the book already. So one of the examples that he uses when Jack Canfield comes out with the chicken soup for the soul, they would do what they call the power of five. They would send the book out to people. They would send it to celebrities, to talk shows, to radio shows. They would give the book away. They would do 5 things every day in getting their book out. And guess what happened after 2 years? New York Times bestseller. So it wasn't by accident that it happened. It didn't happen overnight, but it's the constant putting out of this book 5 times of actions every single day in order to get there. So that's how it works a lot of times with our goals. Write them down. That's things that you want. Now, and then allow life to show you how to get there, right? So if let's say right now you work as a mechanic and you're pulling in $42,000 and you want to be a millionaire, you want to earn $500,000. By the way, the top 1% income earners earn over $410,000 in the United States. And so you put that down as a goal because that's a huge outlandish goal, right? It's 10 times more than what you're making right now. And you don't know how you're going to do it. Just constantly think about you having that money, what you're going to do with that income of $500,000. Think about having it in your life, and then allow your mind to give you the idea of what it's going to take you to create it. Sherm's out.